Nah, listen. We got a lot of different places we go. Yeah, so and that's the other thing. I apologize. So let me do this first. I stink, so I'm trying to stay over here because I live in real life. I was helping people with yard work and stuff like that, entrepreneur ventures for my young people, make sure they got some money in their pocket. Me too. I need the money too. You know what I'm saying? But this is an old school vintage joint. You see it go with the joint right there. It's all cracked up. I love this one right here. This is like the beginning of everything. But today is not actually PSA podcast. Today is PSA programming. Your boy is doing a program, y'all. I got some young folks in here. I'm teaching young people how to podcast, different ways to podcast. One of the things I enjoy telling people is like what I do here is internet radio. It's not actually a podcast. I'm on a radio station. I have a slot that I pay for to be on a radio station. Is that my other? Oh man, come on, let's sit over there. Like you can't. This is Stan the farmer, Black Farmer Stan, one of my brothers. He is somebody else that's gonna be doing a workshop with us. Now pop out real quick. Pop out so they can see you real quick. He is going to be one of our facilitators doing the critical thought and identity part. The reason why I asked my man Black Farmer Stan to do that is because we black folk, we the first environmentalists. Farmer is an idea that was created by white supremacy. Look it up, y'all. So we like to say that we're either stalwarts of the planet, which we always have been, or we're environmentalists. Not all that we are in environmental justice and all that, but just we have been taking care of the planet since day one. So, you know, you don't got to give them too much of what you're going to be teaching next Thursday. Not this Thursday coming up, but next Thursday. And then when we get, I'm waiting for my other co-host to come in before we can get to this live workshop. I know y'all like how I do shit. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. It's still the podcast, and we doing a workshop with it. Y'all be trying to act like we can't do multiple things at one time, like it takes all of this difficult planning. And I'm in the planning, execution, logistics. I'm into all of that. But a lot of times we've done those things so many times. Why are we still talking about it? Let's just jump out there and do it. All of us had done it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm jumping out here and doing. I got my young folks. I got some more young folks that I'm going to have on tap. Shout out to my nephew Bino. Him and Chris got basketball. I'm going to mess this baby name up from MLK. I'm going to get with everybody at the crib to make sure that you can slide through. Who that Peace family? My social media manager supposed to be, you know, making mention of that, but we'll figure that part out. Today is the first day. I love messing with people anyway, so they going to be effing up, and I'm going to make sure y'all see that they messing up. But then when they do amazing stuff, which these young people do a lot of amazing, they get on my nerves. We ain't even going into that. Hopefully after this summer, we be in a better relationship or something with these young people, you know? So I'm just messing with y'all, but I love doing this. I'm very proud of myself. I'm very proud of every African that worked with me, whether you thought you were working with me, you were working against me, whatever it was, every African that played a part to me getting to this point of having my own program. This show is 4 years in the making. This is an institution. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see this? The vintage shit. I love it. But and I just love doing this. I love having a space for our young people because I remember where I had a lot of talent. I had a lot of potential, like every young person, and I didn't have enough people around me that were older than me, and particularly men, to give me direction. You know what I'm saying? Like real live, bro, I will punch you in your face if you don't do what I'm telling you to do next, because I know what this is, you don't. And everybody in the community coalesce behind those men that are doing that. Like, that's a real thing. I didn't have that. I knew a lot of men who worked hard, you know, different levels of their family, all of that good stuff, but nothing consistent. So that's what we all are attempting to do in some way in the work that we do. So I'm going to let this young woman, before she starts the workshop part, can you tell them, like, who you are, where they can find you, what's going on? Like, who are you? What's going on? Why are you here? Pull it up. No doubt.
Let's start that off right there because children are, or the youth are our future.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Natika Phillips, and I am More Than Cake, More Than Cake LLC.
Y'all see it over there? Do you want to pull it over now that you're seeing it on the joint? You want to pull it over so we can really see it? The hat. Is that a Stanley?
So
you got your own Stanley
This is
brand?
where I'm going. Because you was like, you said tap in,
yes,
let them know,
do.
then all of that of where I'm going. It started with an idea, More Than Cake. And I played around with the name. back and forth because at the time, you know, I was going through things, personal things, and I knew I had to do something with my talent because I was currently in community college for culinary, baking and pastry, and my professor kept pushing entrepreneurship. Honestly, I was always taught entrepreneurship, but I never took the initiative because I was always in the 9 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 5. So, with that being said, I started. It was actually easier than I thought it was. The first thing I did was get my LLC, which kind of makes it legal. Your business legal. You get the name. They run it through the state. They make sure that the name hasn't been used and things like that. You get what's called an EIN number, which I say is like your business social security number. I can say it like that. And I went through that process, and I used what was called LegalZoom at the time. I'm not gonna lie, if I know what I know now, I wouldn't have went through that way. But I went through that way. I paid the money for it. I got my LLC in November of 2020. So the next step was getting a bank account, which I already thought, okay, I got a bank account. But what I found out is that I have a personal bank account. What I needed was to separate my personal self from the business so that I can, you know, finance and do all of those things. Because when you first start your business, no, you don't know anything about any of that. So everything that I've learned is through experience, mistakes, and looking up YouTube or asking people who already have had businesses.
That's my other host right there. He's taking care of some logistics behind the scenes. He will be back. So my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you didn't. So there was a lot of logistics. Then I went into something called Duns and Brad, and you have to register. You get a Duns and Brad number, which puts you in a database. That's what I'll basically say that is a database, which you honestly in the end can become a subcontractor. So your business can go multiple ways if you utilize it and structure it in the right way. So you have your sole proprietors, you have your S corps, you have so those are things that you'll learn once you get the LLC and you start talking to people. One thing I will say, you do not need money to start a business, right? But you do need a business to make money. That's what I'm gonna say. So from that, I created a social media account. Do I know what social media is at the time? Kind of. Only thing I knew about was Facebook. So my son says, "No, Mom, you need an Instagram." What's Instagram? You know. So I make the Instagram account. I go through so many things in my mind about what I want to call my Instagram page. They say, "What's your profile?" And then I'll say, "Oh, my name is More Than Cake." Why don't I make my page More Than Cake? I don't. I utilize my name because people were calling me Tika, and I say, okay, so I utilize Tika Cakes. Where I came up with that, I don't know. And I rolled with that for a little bit. I did not like it. I looked at my name and I said, More Than Cake. So I went in there, I made the profile for More Than Cake. They told me someone had that name on there. And I'm like, how do you have that name? But you can have that name on a social media platform, but that doesn't mean that it's a legal name. It's just their name. So what I did was, because it wasn't grammatically correct, I was told I did More Than THAN, and then I put creations on the end, and I rolled with that. And I started off with 600 followers, and you know, consistently posting, making my cakes, having my son come record me making content. What is content? Oh, I don't know. I'm just making content. I did not want to be on camera. No, you cannot do that. So I found a way to be off of camera doing my cakes in a time lapse, which made it faster, because what I found out is that people's attention span on social media is of an end. It's like if it's not hitting, I'm scrolling. I'm
not around.
So we're gonna
now. I don't want to. Please maintain your wisdom. I don't know if you were going to get to this, but it's a thing about the name. where one of the businesses that you can have is you can like go on you can go for look into domain names, business names, people's names,
next for the website.
and
Go
just
ahead.
sign on, like buy these names. Like you can just buy all of these names up, and then when people decide to start a business or use their name, they have to pay you because you've already bought the name. So I didn't know if you was gonna go down that lane when you was.
That's something called trademark. That's where we're going.
Okay. My bad.
Because
my bad.
the website. That's the next thing we're going. Because I like that you cut it. Because I would have kept whatever. But to cut it kind of short was then making the website, making it accessible for people to. They see the product on social media and now they want to know how to buy it. How do I purchase it? How do I contact you? You don't want people calling your phone and, hey, can I order? Yeah, that's how it started.
Right.
And then DMs and things like that. But then the website. And then I was told by a friend, he said, D, you need to trademark this name because, it got to be a little bigger than what I expected it to be that fast through social media. So let's go into a year of me having a year after having it or a year going into it. I did a show, a competition where I wrote up New York. It's called Master Chef. If you're familiar with Master Chef, and you have to cook food. I decided that I'm going to take my cupcake, my strawberry shortcake cheesecake cupcake, which is here. This is my most popular one. This is a mouse pad that I actually made from.
She got the merch.
So this is we going down the line for the
attention,
for the merch.
Please pay attention to these steps. Please do.
And that's my most popular cupcake. That cupcake, I started it out with a cake. Someone sent me a picture and they said, "Can you make this cake?" And I said, So I made the cake. And what I decided was, okay, people are making cakes. How can I be different? How can I be different in my business? I perfected a cupcake. Wow. Took it to the competition. We had 3 minutes to create this, plate it. I plated it, and I lied to you not. I was the number one winner from Philadelphia, but I was in the New York show, so I had to ride up to New York.
Right.
But it encouraged me so much. But then I got discouraged because we were going into 2020, and that's when COVID hit, and the show was canceled. Oh, wow. So you talking about discouragement and things like that, and I said, oh, no, this is not just from that. But because I kept pushing my product, I was able to get up out of that mindset of, okay, that didn't work, so what else can work? Now, what I want to say is I do not have a brick and mortar. I started my business. And I literally say started my business.
Brick and mortar is,
brick and mortar is if you were go down the street and there's a bakery there, right? So there's a store on the corner or a store in wherever. It's bricks. It's not a home, a physical store. I started out in my mama's kitchen, and from there, I grew it. My whole thing is my goal is to get the brick and mortar, right? But now we're in a state where it costs, right? With a business, it costs. It costs me to purchase things, right? When I first started the business, I did not know anything about costs, okay? How to keep my costs low to make more money. To make more money, because I did not know. The less money you put out for your business, the more money you can actually make. And it sounds crazy, but it's it's trial and error. It's okay, how many cupcakes can I get out of one batch? I know that I can get 4 dozen out of this batch. If I sell my cupcake for $60 a dozen,
that's
you do the math.
That's $240.
What's the math on that?
That's
$240 a batch.
And then how much did the batch cost?
So, cost of strawberries, now, when I first started out, it cost maybe like $20 to make the 4 dozen. Now we're up to maybe 60, right? Okay, we're up to 60, but I just said we're selling them for 60 a dozen. Now, you take the 60 out, but you also, what I've learned and I didn't know before was how to pay myself. Okay, I'm selling the cakes. I'm making some money, but then all my money's going back into more cakes. The RIA. And I was always told not to spend the RIA. And I learned that from my grandfather, who was an entrepreneur himself. So
What type of entrepreneur? Like, I'm just
He had his own home business, selling spirits.
Go ahead, do your thing.
Selling spirits.
Listen, we had to get it a lot of ways as Africans.
Spirits.
That's another show, though.
Selling spirits.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, so that is the story of part of the story of More Than Cake of how it started, how I'm continuing the business. The thing is, there are days where I don't sell anything, right? That puts me in a state of a depressive state because my business is not making any money. I went on for probably a week, one year of trying to figure out how do I stay consistent when I just wanted to quit because I didn't see the money coming fast enough. Then I say, okay, you have content on there. They're paying people to put videos out. Duh. Create your account on Instagram. They're paying you for your views. Put your content out. Bam. Now we're getting $100 maybe a week. And I was getting paid from doing reels. And I mean, putting my business name down there, having that EIN number. So now I'm in a tax bracket of being a subcontractor for social media. Okay. Instagram is doing this, but wait. Facebook doing the same thing, man. You better get on there and do the same thing. And it got to the point where it was so hard to kind of, all right, I gotta post at 12 on here. I gotta post. Then they come out with cross content to where as though you can put your social media post out on here, and then it will cross over to Facebook. So now I don't have to do all the work. Yeah, and now TikTok comes along. TikTok wasn't there before, but now TikTok, a lot of people get scared of TikTok because they say, hey, you need 10,000 followers. Now on Instagram, it was the same way. At first, I let it discourage me. I said, okay, you only had at the time, I think I was up to maybe 3,000, maybe 4,000 followers. I got discouraged. Then I said, no, keep on putting the content out. And what I noticed was Instagram will send me things. Hey, if you do this So I was like, oh, they watching me. They watching me. Oh, okay. They creating the algorithm. You pushing my stuff out where you want. Okay, so now, even though I have my own business, I'm still working for these guys. Oh, they don't want me to put the music out with the cursing. Okay, I'm going to follow the trending music because the trending music, this sound goes 100,000.
Yep.
So then I learned your video should only be 7 seconds. So then I started doing 7-second videos. Them views was going crazy. So then
I'm learning stuff. Look, my young people, they get it. Y'all taking the notes. This is what we gonna have to do.
A whole week, then another week, and then what Instagram would do was pay you every 21st of the month. So I know that I had 30 days to get that content in. The thing is, I don't have to go to a 9 to 5 to clock in. Remember, I have my own business. Bam, I can get up, make my coffee, come downstairs. Oh, I'm looking at somebody's content. I say, oh, I'm gonna try that reel, but I'm gonna do it in a different way. So that took out the anxiety of me crying and saying, I need money. How am I gonna feed my kids? How am I gonna pay my bills? How am I gonna pay the light bill? How am I gonna do this? So instead of getting discouraged, I had so much to do, I was not even thinking about the money no more. So that's what that gave me. And then first opportunity came in 2 years ago to, hey, well, do you teach people how to make those cakes? I was at a pop-up and I told a woman, she said, I'm starting a nonprofit. And I said, hey, if you ever need a cake instructor for your kids, Fast forward 6 months later, she said, I'm having my first, What would you charge? And I did the math and how it's going to get me here and the gas and all of that. And I gave her the number and I was a little scared because I said, hey, she might not. And she said, bet we'll do it. So for a whole week, I taught my first teen cake class. Got my first check from that. And then it was like, oh, you're a subcontractor. So what I did for those 2 weeks, I put the content out from all that week. So now popping up, tagged her name in it. All these nonprofits are, hey,
we need you.
So we're going. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Honestly, and I always say I'll do it for free, but the thing is, exposure.
Don't miss your wisdom because we don't want to stop the flow because we did get somebody that really appreciated how you breaking it down from start to finish of her talk. Really great breakdown of how you put everything together. What up with y'all? I love that too. Who is that? My name. Y'all know I'm blind, bro. Shout out to Rakia. What are you saying though, Rakia? We need to hear from you. But the thing that I appreciate while my brother is up here, that's a conversation that we have a lot. Like, he's a real farmer. Like, he's a real environmentalist. He can teach it from a variety of different ways, and that's one of the things that we talk about a lot. Like, bro, we need to start. We have skill sets. We have expertise. You know what I'm saying? And this is a space, Philadelphia being one of the bigger spaces for folks with any background to be able to provide some type of skill set to this nonprofit sector. And we just going to leave it at that. We ain't go too deep into it. Yeah. But I appreciate you saying that, because this is something me and my brother talk about a lot. And hopefully it's more of a push for him to step out there more, because he does it. I'm not saying he don't do it.
Yeah, I need strawberries.
I'm not saying he don't do it, because he teaches a lot, but like really subcontracting, and we trying to make sure we get it moving. I think we could get
you it's politics, yeah.
I mean, you know, we always farm the table somehow.
Trade. Because we were talking about trade. To me, your program needs to be in schools. When we were at the event that they had for Kenyatta Johnson, the mayor was there, and then I had said something. I don't know why trade came out my mouth when the lady said, well, what it is that you do? And I said, well, I'm trying to get a trade program.
Workforce
and she said, oh, the mayor loves that. We don't know that the mayor loves that, because those programs aren't there. So honestly, it's up to us to create the program. I'm gonna feed it to you. I don't care if you tell me no. Somebody gonna see it and say, you know what? Yeah, we do have an alarming rate of diabetes. But you know what? Kids aren't really eating too good. Oh, you know what they need? So that's what I mean.
Now, this is how much do you incorporate for folks? Because I know what it does. But how much do you incorporate your lifestyle, like working out, being healthy? How much do you incorporate that into your business?
Every day. I think, honestly.
What's the benefit? Well, what's the benefits of having that as a lifestyle, a hobby? You know what I mean? Medicine, therapy, because I know it's all them things.
It's very therapeutic.
Like, tell us, like, give us some benefit on your business, like, with you working out like that.
When I first started, I wasn't, right? And I was stressed a lot. Remember what I said? I was in a depressive state because I'm trying to manage a lot. I have created a home-based bakery in a house full of kids that I have to cook for, that I have to get and take to school, and do those things. So it was time management. It was managing my time. And what I said was, I noticed that when I went to the gym, the days that I went to the gym, the days that I worked out, I felt so much better. My anxiety was lower. Oh, I'm cooking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm in a routine. It got me so disciplined to the point where I say, dang, I don't feel like getting up. All right, well, look, you got this weekend come on. You done overbooked. So you got to get yourself right. So the benefit it does for me is it allows my mind to just think. Because that's when I'm at the gym, all right, I'm calm, I'm chill, I'm working on myself, but I'm also thinking, okay, what I gotta do all right, this is how you're gonna map out this is how you're gonna map out that. And those are things that I did not know prior to going to the gym. So I definitely encourage my kids. I encourage them because they're in sports, but I mean, hey, you gotta give me 50 push-ups. So you gotta be some kind of active, because that's what helps them as far as discipline. Because all right, you're not gonna play if you don't practice. You're not gonna play if you don't stretch. Oh, you hurting? Oh, that's because you weren't stretching or whatever. So discipline builds discipline and character.
Do you have any employees? Somebody asked the question for
I actually do. The crazy thing is, and they are a family member. So my son is one of the managers that I was able to put on my LLC. And I didn't explain that. When you do get an LLC, you can have as many employees as you want, depending on how you set up your corporation, your LLC. And the reason why I say that's a good thing, because when he didn't have a job, who was he working for?
Right.
More than Kate. Right. When they was giving out that money, the SBA money, who you got working for you? My son. Right. So I gave him, he got a couple $1,000s from that, but he also put in the work. He would come down, Mom, he would get the angles and the shots for me. And I mean, it's to the point where I cried one day, because I was like, dang, like he's doing all this for me, and I just wanted to pay him so much more. And I'm sorry for getting emotional, but he is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing today.
And this is your oldest son.
My oldest son was 24. I have
three.
3 boys, 24, 16, and the youngest one is 10. And when I tell y'all they keep me innovative, my 16-year-old, he is the TikTok manager. When I'm doing lives, he's on there check. Okay, he's monitoring what my young lady right here is doing, is monitoring the people who come in and kind of filtering out the comments or whatever, whatever, and letting me know, hey, mom, they're talking to you. You got to talk back to them. You got to, you know, so doing things that I didn't even know that I needed to do, that you have to do. Now, my youngest one, King, he's 10. Oh, he's all about, oh, mom, you got to do this, TikTok that. You see what you guys have as far as your materials. I have a stand like that. I probably have a couple of them. That's my most biggest investment is technology. The lights that I use, the lighting. Remember, I said I'm in a house, so I have to have it look as bright as possible. My my workspace tables, which cost, like I said, getting funding for that has been hard. But when they gave me the money, it's hard. So that's what happens when you have to build up your business credit. So getting that bank account helps you build up the credit. And I'm going to tell you how to build up your business credit is there's something called net 30s. So net 30s, you have a lot of them. But what I used was Quill was a net 30. So think about your business. I use a lot of paper towels. I use a lot of ink. I use a lot of printer paper. I use dish soap. All of those things I use. So I purchased them the first time, paid for it, and then what happened? Then next month they said, "Oh, you got $200 credit." What did I do? I ran that up. The money that I got from whatever orders was coming in, I paid that back down. So each time they're giving me the credit, I'm putting the money back. I'm building my business credit. So that way I look credible when I go to the bank and they say, "Okay, well, how much has your business made?" Even if it hasn't made $15,000 that month or however way they break it down, they're looking at my statement saying, "Oh, okay, you are credible." And that's the one thing my son has taught me, that credibility is the biggest thing, from social media to your business to who you are to how you present yourself, you know. So it could be the difference from $100 to $100,000. And I wish I would have known these things then, but now I'm learning them. Now I'm in a room where someone says, "Well, I don't like cheesecake," and I say, "You might not like cheesecake, but I'll bet you're gonna like this cupcake right here. And if you don't like it, I swear I'll give you your money back." That's how I am with smiling. And then they eat it and they say, "Oh, well, I ain't expected to be like this." And I say, "Well, I know you did." Right? So it's all gift to gab and all of that, how you present yourself and everything. And
so I do want to ask my other co-host. This is Anwar, one of our co-hosts. He was a little late. He was handling some backstage stuff. I appreciate it. Do you have any questions?
No, not really. I did just look on the Instagram though.
so you tell me, what do you think when you look at my Instagram?
Step into the mic a little bit so we can make sure we hear you, bro. Ask him, do you got another mic? Another mic.
Wait a minute, because I meant to do
You're going to need that going forward, too, Z. You're going to need a mic. Because I'm going to want you to, when my eyes are not always going to do what they're supposed to do. So I may need you to just read. Are you going to read it? Well, you know, we're going to figure it out. Today is the first day. We're going to have this thing running down. Running like a major organization, and y'all just got a lot of pointers and cues and
they
stuff.
They came in ready.
Yes, they were. They was hyped.
That's why I said I can't wait. I want my son. I need them to come.
We got 8 young people right now. I could take 4 more. I actually could probably take 8 more, but 4 more, it'll work. You know what I mean? And this my ish, so I'll take 20 if they want to come and do it, and we'll set it all up. You know what I mean? But I love this because this is a good set off. I appreciate you so much. You know, I wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure, you know, black people get a little bit of job right now is to,
you know what I mean? And they got some. We got some more gems. There's some more gems out there for, like I said, for people who don't like to be on camera. There are things called faceless content.
Right.
Where you can make content that you are not showing your face, where you're just showing your hands, or you showing what you're doing, and then you could do a voiceover to it. If you don't want, and those pages go crazy because that's relatable content. That's
how you feel about AI with a lot of this? If you paying any
the great question that he just asked me. AI is my friend, and AI is my friend because 2 years ago my son put me on the AI. I didn't even know what it is. Right. The thing is, it's how you ask, what you ask. I can say, hey, I need you to write me a proposal for your program. And you're like, well, what is a proposal? And you go into chat and you say, hey, chat. First, you can ask, what is a proposal? And chat will write it back. Then you're going to say, write me a proposal for said business. Talk about this. And then you're going to say, for how much, for this amount of money. And chat is going to spit back everything. And I mean, in a way where you're going to be like, oh my God, I was thinking that, but you couldn't write it. So guess what? If you now say you're trying to reach teenagers, you're not going to say that same thing. You're going to say, break it down for a teenager to understand, or break it down for a 5-year-old to understand. And when I tell you, when it spits it back, the words are going to spit back, and you can say, oh, okay. Also, recipes. Chat can create recipes for you.
Have you sold any recipes? Do you have an idea of doing a recipe book or anything like that?
So
and I might be just not knowing.
Yeah. What you're just saying now is I've created a Shopify. I should have been creating my Shopify, but my Shopify is also going to consist of, because now they have virtual courses, virtual classes. So what did I do? I went in the chat and said, hey, create me a virtual course for how to make buttercream for beginners. And just spit it back at me. Bam. But because I've been using it so much, it put my name. Hey, this is Morton Cake's buttercream recipe, and it give me 3 I only use 3 ingredients, and it breaks it down for people to the point where you can sell it, and then it'll say, hey, do you want me to create a PDF for you? You'll say, yes, create that PDF for you. And then it'll say, hey, do you want me to put this in a social media account? Yes. So then you're talking to chat like it is your assistant. You know why? Because it's your free assistant that you don't even have to pay for. So yes, I'm heavily with ChatGPT, and I encourage it.
I appreciate, like,
I really
everything
do.
how you breaking all of this down. Like somebody already has said, the thing I will say about chat is, one, make sure that your chat is up to date. Because depending on what you're doing, you may be sending people out of date information, and when they look at it, they're gonna know you didn't put anything into this, and you're not gonna be able to explain it to them. You're just not gonna get a callback response, whatever the case may be.
Okay.
Be able to explain what chat sends you. The reason why you can explain it because you actually do it. So when chat send you stuff, it'd be like, oh shit, you put what I do in right, and I didn't even know. Damn, that's a better way to say it. The reason why you can explain it, again, because you already have the skill set. Don't have chat putting shit together and then you go somewhere and start talking and people start asking you questions and you need definitions, you need experience, and you have none of that. You're just reading chat. You're gonna play yourself, and it's really happening out here. The other thing, it was, chat can be out of date unless you have an up-to-date chat. Make sure my brother Dr. Wilson put me on that. Let me know, like, you know, you could be out of time and they see it. And then the other thing is, my bad, y'all. The other thing is, everybody knows chat exists. Please don't sit in front of your computer and act like you're the only one on chat. The reason why I say that, because for all the people who are creating things they didn't know how to create before, there is somebody you're giving it to who's using chat for the reverse thing. So a chat will pick up those words and say, well, no, he didn't write that. That test, he didn't, he failed for real, because this is all the people who did the test off of chat can recognize it. So it's like,
and that has happened, because that happened to my son. I said,
read this John recently. I seen a John recently where professors and students are having this back and forth, because the students are using chat and the professors are using chat, and they both saying it's unethical in some way. You're not teaching me. You're not really learning. It's a bunch of stuff. So people are very aware. You still need skill set to use chat. It is a great assistant, but you still need skill set. I hope I didn't.
No, that ending, because that is true. I just said
And
That could be the difference from your answer, and they say you
so
didn't write
I'm
that.
gonna read this. This is so true in today's society. Credit is king. Exactly what she said. Even if you have a few credit cards, just pay them one time. Give a little more at times if you can. If you can, credit will shoot up.
Chad, that one right there.
Mhm.
That is because.
So he just got a secure credit card. Hopefully I ain't let your women friend know
Go ahead.
you got a credit card. Yeah, my bad. But
What
go ahead,
I
man.
ain't get it yet.
Oh, you ain't get it yet?
Nah,
All
I
right,
applied,
all right.
though.
But he got his bank account and all that the other day, and he's thinking about that secure credit card. We want get a lot of our young people financially literate as quickly as possible. That's one of the reasons why we are doing this. That's why it's so great. Took gonna have a tough act to follow. You know what I'm saying? When we cause Took, I gotta find out exactly how my brother want to do it. Cause I really want to kind of do it in the main space, but I haven't interviewed him the whole time I've been on here. So this will be a great time for him to do that and be interviewed at the same time.
That part. You
You
killed
know what
two
I'm
birds with
saying?
one stone.
But I understand. I probably would do the same thing. Nah, not being on your show with you, my man.
No.
I fuck with you. So, do anybody because I do need y'all to come up and allow people to know what you were doing today. Who are you? You know what I'm
Yeah, come on,
saying?
switch.
What was
Let's
your
go.
role? The reason why this is important because every Tuesday we gonna switch roles. Different people gonna be videographers. Different people gonna be social media managers, guests, hosts. Do anybody have a 5-minute monologue? Did you have something that you said you wanted to tell people? Now you shook. This boy talk.
Come on.
Now he don't want to be on. Now he want to be. All right, he want to be
on, mama.
behind the camera. It's all good.
Come on.
Why, Liz, since you are the actual official guest, the other guest, is it anything? First, tell people who you are.
Yeah, I was about to say
Is it
your
on?
turn.
Is your mic on?
Hello,
Okay, we hear you. We hear you loud and clear. So who are you?
my name is Walid.
Okay, that's who you are. So give me some identity stuff. Like you got to know something. Tell me something identity wise about you. Where do you come from? Who's your mom and dad, brothers and sisters? Give me something. Nothing? No identity stuff? Who's your mom?
My mom's name is Tanisha Lucy,
Okay. That's a good joint. He comes from Tanisha Dorsey.
Mm.
You know.
and she is a loving woman.
Oh.
Oh, okay. He identifies with some things. One more time. Go ahead. My bad. I'll cut you off. Go ahead.
She loves all of her kids.
Yes, she does. I know this
Favorite
firsthand.
child, actually.
Okay. Don't hate because he love his mama. And he's not a mama's boy. That's the thing. I watch him. He's not a mama's boy. He's attached to his mom. He is the youngest. But he's not a mama's boy. He tries to be very independent. I don't really see him being bogging everybody down. It's other people, but we had a conversation about that. We're not gonna worry about that. So, what is your resource, young man? What do you do that helps the world? Helps your brothers and sisters, helps your mom. What is one of your resources?
Learn how to cook.
All right, cool. His resources he's learning how to
Yeah,
cook.
we
I like it. I
clapping
like
for
it.
that.
Don't
Yes,
burn my shit
yes,
in the
we
process.
are
That's what my
clapping
mind
for
thinks.
that. Yes.
Y'all, I don't
Can
clap
help
for these
mom
kids.
out.
In my mind, my kitchen is gonna get burned. So who's ever teaching them, you better be on it. So, but I'm good with the research. Okay, well make sure I get some of the food. Huh?
Cooking class.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
When you
I
coming
have
through to the
two,
spot, we already
two
talked about
burners
it.
that
We
we
had
could
the,
use.
yeah, we got the
Yeah.
space already ready for
I
it.
think they would.
She think
yeah.
it's a game. I'm
No,
dead ass
I'm,
serious.
you don't know. I'm serious. I'm bringing the convection oven. We gonna make the cupcakes.
So the last thing for our guest, Walid, our guest, why do you do what you do? Whatever it is that you do. Why do you do it?
Because I love it.
Okay, I like this is he might be the guest next week. He might take that role. He's gonna have more to say. And apparently he loves his mother. I like it. I like it. That's what I do.
Apparently it's crazy.
I love it.
So
I love it.
before we slide out, everybody, little light round of applause. No, we gonna do this for this young lady, More Than Cakes. We appreciate you. You gave us a lot of good. This is our thing now. Y'all know this every show when they go out. This is what we doing. So we really do appreciate you. We love black people. I'm not going to yell it on this show right now today. We're not going to do it. Somebody else will probably yell it at another point. But
We love black people.
but again, we want to thank you. This was amazing. I know they learned a lot. You sharpened up some what they saying?
Minds.
the sharp. What did I can't get it out? Iron sharpens iron.
Sharpen
You know what I'm
iron.
saying?
You know
And that's
that.
what we doing in here. A lot of these things
Free
they have
game, free
heard.
game,
I
free
love the
game, free
fact that
game.
you could layer information that I know, in particular, these young people have heard to help them matriculate along the
'Cause
way. She is giving us a part 2. We are gonna do the workshop either at 9:15 or Rec Philly. Probably a Thursday that she can tell me that she, she got some time. She got the cakes ready and all that good stuff.
Because we're gonna do competition. Because if you remember what I just said, we had 3 minutes to decorate the cupcake, right?
And she
I'm
won.
gonna show you what it's supposed to look like, and then you're gonna give me your best rendition of what it should look
See
like.
what we bring to the people. See
Because
what we
I'm
bring
gonna tell
to the
you,
people.
even though your mind might not be on cupcakes, just think about where you could start, and then the hustle behind it. Okay, that's all I want to say.
And the other part of it, I do want to get this part. Her program is a STEM program.
That part.
Because cooking is a science.
That's right.
Any of
Math
y'all don't
and
know,
science.
you're working with chemicals. Is
measuring my ingredients, right? And then the chemical reaction. So if I leave out my baking soda, if I leave out my baking powder, what's going to happen to my cake?
There you go.
Okay.
Now,
what if I leave out eggs?
They're gonna go bad. They're gonna go bad.
What do you think? What kind of texture will my cake have if I leave out the eggs?
They said a nasty texture.
Not watery, but think about what eggs provide. So do you think they provide moisture? My girl. So if I leave out them eggs, then yeah, we're gonna have some dry cupcakes, and then, or let's just say they'll be very dense cupcakes.
And Samira, come on. Samira, you supposed to be here.
Oh,
We love you too, Samira.
Samira.
Samira be here the next time. Samira, Samira doesn't talk a lot. I like to tell people this. I don't know why. This is so amazing. Like, she doesn't talk a lot, but she's very like, it's like one track. Like, it's like, yo, you do this, and she just be like, and she don't want to talk, and then she never wants to talk, and it'd be like, well, when are you going to talk? And then by the time she talking, she probably punching on somebody or smacking somebody, yelling. You know what I'm saying? But Samira, come on, we need you. Come on down when you got time. She's a little older, so I respect her.
How old?
She only Samira 20, right? 19, 20? She 20 now,
Yeah,
right?
she older.
Yeah, she older.
like
You know what I mean? She's.
ain't got no
I would
time
say.
older.
I would say older, as in the range of young people that we got in the
time.
program.
Yeah,
and since it's my program, I said we were gonna start at 14, but we starting at 12.
25, 26.
She's
My
26.
son, like my
You don't know
son,
how old she is?
24.
She takes care of you. How you don't know? You just saw how much you love your mother, but the other woman that takes care of you don't know how old she is. This is that. So, Samira, she 20. You're late.
Okay.
This is going bad. We need to stop the show now. Right now. So listen, yo, this was the inaugural. I don't know if I said
like
that right.
that word.
But the
I like
first
that word.
program day for the podcast program. I truly, truly appreciate our live workshop by More Than Cakes. And it was more than cakes. And y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. And there's
we
a
gotta
part
talk
2.
Brandon, because we didn't get into that.
So when we do our workshop with Took, I would probably say me and Took could definitely get it nailed down today. Probably one of the following Tuesdays that's gonna go on. I can hopefully bring you back on, because Took, I think that's one of the things Took gonna talk a lot about. I don't want to tell y'all exactly because I don't know for sure, but I know he has a high level skill set. He's been doing this. This is an institution. So just explaining that is going to be insightful for all of us. How did you do this for so long? How did you maintain? How did you? What is the consistency? My bad. We got you.
God.
20.
God, look,
We got you. My bad.
y'all not about to be discussing my age.
But when Took talks about the branding, I am going to have somebody else come in with intellectual capital. And then, like I said, I got my brother Ron. He's been on the show before. Williford, he actually did some financial stuff, business stuff for us recently. That's somebody we're going to be going to. Village Restoration Project, PSA, Dorsey's Cuisine and Beverages. Reps, because Reps has equipment now. Can we get back at? Yeah. We forgot about Reps. You know what I mean? We need to get Rep LLC. Y'all got equipment. Y'all got a whole program to help y'all get y'all skills set up. We gonna have to do all that. We're gonna do all that. We got 3 months, and they gave us some stuff.
Who's the oldest? You are older.
He the oldest in the room.
Technically, Samira is the oldest.
So
I'm not
she
the
could
oldest
get
in
the
the
LLC.
In the room, you the oldest in the room. Of
You
your,
might can. I
of
mean, you're
them.
18. I'm gonna see. I think you
Out
can
of
get
all
it.
of us,
Yeah, out of
You're
y'all,
the
he's the
oldest.
oldest. Yes. Please tell the host, guest, tell the host. Thank you.
Either or, but I think she could get the
So,
LLC. And put them
this
under it.
is one thing I didn't want to forget before we leave.
oh my
They shut down Job Corps. My response to that is what my sisters was talking about earlier. We have a bunch of skill sets that we provide as a part of our programming. We need to pool our resources
Together.
to reach out to these young people, as many of them as we can get into something, housing. Because a big thing that is forgotten about is a lot of those children who go to Job Corps, that's where they actually live.
That part.
They're coming from placement. They're coming from foster care. They're coming from being on the street. This is where they live. So if you in that, where are they going back to? It's almost like y'all want the children to start wilding out again. Like y'all don't
There's
like the
nothing
fact
for
that
them
it's
to do.
not, it's going down. That in April we only had 5 homicides. I didn't hear enough people talk about it. Yes, 5 people died. I wish it was 0. I'm going to keep saying that. But we talk about having 30, 40, 50 at times. To the point where our culture is we telling each other to be safe every time we walk away from each other. That's trauma for real. Just to let y'all know. Another conversation another day. So, it's a lot of us that got workforce development, trades type stuff. We need to coalesce with each other around this summer, you know what I'm saying, and find out how many of those young people who are in Job Corps we can try to resource in some way. 1, 10, 15, it don't matter. Them babies was on there pleading when they shouldn't have been. Our children should never have to plead for anything. Anything. So, this is PSA, Philly Service Announcement, Takeover Tuesday, Takeover Love, Support, Grace, Social Activism, Resources, and Art. Where's my art person? Somebody is supposed to be the art person. He said he had a monologue and didn't give us our monologue. So, my bad, y'all. Real quick, I'm going to get a little time. Anwar, you already said who you were, correct? Yeah. Any names, you know, like I go by the assist? You know them, Jarue, I'm the assist. Do anybody got anything that they thought of? What's your name?
Walid.
What? No, nothing. Just Walid. Cool as dope.
Wawa.
No, I don't like it. What is your name? Scream out loud. They can hear you.
My name is Hassan.
Any
Hassan.
acronym, nickname, nothing?
Ooh.
Whatever. Next, just scream it out. We can hear you.
Sarah the best.
The best. I love it. I love it. All right, last, my social media manager.
Z.
That's it, just Z. I like it. I like it.
I like it
So
too.
give them a little something, whatever you want to say on the way out. We're going to slide on. How is the host leaving the show before the show is over? We have to learn these things, though. It's okay. It is okay. I can't wait to post this shit.
Show before the show's over.
But just give us something. I apologize. We went off the rails real quick.
My guy right here.
Okay. So what do you want to say? You got 2 mics, bro. We're going to have to teach you a lot of stuff. It's okay. We got it. We're going to figure it out. Slide up to the mic so they can get you. Oh, don't get injured. We don't got no insurance. Like, we got business insurance. Temple wouldn't have did nothing with us without insurance. Get your insurance, y'all. Business insurance. What's up?
I mean, I got a question.
Uh-huh.
Do you make every single cake that everybody asks you to?
Honest. Ooh.
This is a good outro
That is
question.
a
This
great.
good.
Ah.
I love these
Okay.
children.
I'll say this. 85% of the time.
What is something you can't make then?
You make a
Cakes
good
that I
cheesecake?
do not.
love
That's my
cheesecake.
favorite. That's
Oh,
my
wow. I
money
love
maker right
cheesecake.
there.
I love cheesecake.
Cakes that I do not make right now, honestly, is that trendy burn cake. I do
I
not.
don't like
That's
trendy
disgusting.
anything.
I can
You
do
said
it.
it's nasty?
I just provide. I
That's
just
nasty.
choose not to because even though my business has insurance, that's another thing we didn't talk about
Mhm.
your business having insurance. $1 million, $2, it had anything over $1 million is good.
Mm-hmm.
Because first of all, if you take the cake and then you do the burn and you don't do it right and
Right.
whatever, and then you want to sue more than cake for damages or
No,
things like
man. Nah, we ain't
So,
doing
yeah.
that. Did you
Nah.
have a question? You have a question now? Now they want to have
Go ahead.
questions. Come on.
Say your
Let's go. What's your
question.
question?
Say it
Oh,
again.
that sound like greedy.
So you know what's
people.
funny?
business
me and my
questions.
sister have this thing where because it was from Money Mike. Mike. Well,
nothing.
not Mike.
Don't
He's
give me
like
no
banana
memories of
cream
Money
pie.
Mike.
No, not Money Mike.
Why would you do that to
Cat
me? That's
Williams.
not okay.
Cat Williams. What he say? Banana cream pie. I do have banana pudding that I call not your grandma's banana pudding. So that's my favorite. I do a banana pudding. I do banana pudding cheesecake. I do banana pudding cookies. I do banana pudding cupcakes.
Why you smiling so hard?
And guess what else? Last thing I do as far as dessert wise, I do banana pudding ice cream, which I make on my own. That's another extension of, that's why I call myself more than cake, because I've learned how to decipher from everybody's making cakes. What else can I provide? So I do treats. You want a cake? You want baby shower cake? You want cookies? You want pretzels? You want chocolate covered strawberries? Yeah, we're doing it all. You know why? Because I'm not leaving no money on the table. Okay.
Is the cupcake, and then we gonna have to slide out. Let's one of y'all have
I'm sorry, banana pudding, waffle cone, stuffed cheesecake waffle cone.
Who's that? Ooh.
You make ice cream cakes?
Actually, I started out making my strawberry shortcake cheesecake ice cream cake. I might go back to that because it is summertime.
They done got
See,
into
you
a
see how you just got my juices, my creative juices going, and so did you. Now, okay, all right. See what they just did for me, huh?
You like strawberry cakes?
So I do want to ask
shortcake
this
is my
question.
favorite.
So when you wasn't paying attention, that's the one that won. You gotta pay attention.
No, but strawberry shortcake, the original strawberry shortcake, is my favorite, and I think that's why I love strawberry.
I can. You got away with
There
that.
we go.
Me too. I love strawberry shortcake.
Oh, see, we can make that. We can make that.
Hey, y'all almost made me forget.
Go ahead.
We can't on the show. That's something I learned too.
What was it regarding?
That's something I learned too. No dead air. You should never let it just be nothing being said. You have to catch it on. I'm not worrying about them. It's my show. You know, y'all can go. I can kick y'all out. It's like, nah. But again, we appreciate you so much.
I appreciate
you know
y'all
what I'm
for
saying?
having me.
She is running it back for us. The question I was gonna ask too was the cupcake versus cake thing. I've noticed like folks really getting into like, we don't want cakes no more. We want cupcakes. Make cupcakes for the occasion.
Okay.
How did that? It's not a real deep question. It's just I don't know how that happened. I got a lot of birthday cakes when I was a kid. I got cakes. I didn't get cupcakes.
Well, we got the old fashioned. Your mom go in the kitchen and make the cake because that's how my mom made our cakes. Because all our birthday was back to back, so my mom made our cakes. Now I think people are taking the initiative of cupcakes because it's cost efficient. So if you're gonna spend if I'm gonna charge you $300 or $400 for a cake, then I could charge you $300, $400 for dozens of cupcakes.
Cupcakes, right?
So.
And then everybody definitely get them. Suhana loves the cupcakes. That's my daughter.
And I just want to say I'm proud of myself because I did a show called Dessert Wars, and I made 1,100 cupcakes
11
in 1 week. It probably coming on, but I didn't win. I did come in 25th.
How many people?
25 out of 50 bakers. But I'm gonna tell you this. And that was the judges. The judges, they, I ain't gonna say they did me wrong. I'm not gonna say that. Everybody ate of my cupcakes and all that. But you know why I didn't win? I realized I didn't win because I wasn't great. And when I say I wasn't great, it was something that I just went into head first. I did a little research on how I should do my setup and things like that. My son was like, oh, you got to have it this way. You got to have it that way. There were just little glitches that I said I was going to have pink balloons so people can know where to go vote for me. Did I have pink balloons that day? No.
Right.
Did I have anything pink like tape where as though they can go find where they had to put their token? When they were coming up and I was in the midst of giving everybody their cupcakes, they were asking, where do I put this at? Where do I put this at? Had I designated jobs to my sons and then my assistant who was there, I could have said, hey, you're going to walk everybody over there. My mindset was just not there because I was going in that competition to win, to get the $20,000 so I could get my shop, so I could take it. I had it set, right? I did not win because I realized I just wasn't great. My setup, my cupcakes, everybody ate everything, but I just wasn't great.
Not everybody is great at everything.
Oh my God!
No, that's that. We not gonna get into that. We gonna talk about
Nah,
that.
that's true.
Everybody get a
but
trophy.
I needed to be.
That's the everybody
they
get
wanted,
a trophy.
I wanted
like
the
that.
big trophy. I wanted the trophy, and
Everybody
I
don't
wanted
get a
that
trophy.
money. I wanted that 20 grand. I wanted to go to Atlanta to compete to get the 20 grand, and then to compete to get the 10 grand. So that's where my mindset was at. But it was a lot of fun. It put me, what it did was it gave me exposure, because all those bakers that were there, and I met them, and then I got on, hopefully the magazine, I'm not sure, but there was an interview, and I got a lot of exposure from it or whatever like that. But I just know now, going into the next competition, what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna go about it or whatever like that.
So, the real last thing. The real last thing. No, I promise. But the real last thing, what is something you have going on right now? So before we roll out, make sure y'all get some footage of that. What is the next thing you have going on that folks can populate, come to, that you showing us love with?
First, I like that question. What's next? Because that's always. I don't care if I just did an event yesterday. I'm saying what's next, because remember what I told y'all. When you running your own business, you don't have a job to go to, whereas though you got that secured money. You got to figure out the outlets, how to create, right, and how to keep the income going. So my next event is July 1st, and that is a cupcake workshop, teen cupcake workshop. I'm gonna give you the info.
Yeah, we gonna get the info. The reason why we need that one, because we want to support you. We want everybody to support you. So July 1st, July 1st. What is it?
It's a teen STEM teen decorating workshop. Yes.
All right. So do you
and we're
mind
doing cupcakes and cookies?
Do you mind the team coming, setting up?
No, I don't.
Recording,
no, I don't.
interviewing
no,
some
I don't.
people. Yeah, that's what we gonna do. That's what we doing out
I
here.
highly encourage y'all to, because I'm telling you right now, if y'all keep doing what y'all doing, there are no kids right now that are doing this. And just think about, you could be interviewing here, and then you could be on TV tomorrow. If you really serious about, and which I see that y'all really serious, you're not scared. You know what I mean? Y'all got that, and y'all got it going on. And honestly, I encourage y'all to start your own show.
Yeah. Y'all could do it after y'all get all of this great tutelage from the PSA program.
And if you're
we
on
will
TikTok,
do it. So, but they do have a business. We gonna reboot Reps. We have an office. We have equipment. We got a lot of stuff. We're gonna get some more stuff, and we're gonna be producing a lot of things. Look out for Reps Instagram. They're gonna have a lot of this stuff on there at PSA_community. At More Than Cakes, she will get a lot of footage.
Creations.
More Than Cake
On
Creations.
Instagram,
I
More Than Cake
apologize.
Creations on TikTok. More Than Cake Creations. I'm actually Natika Phillips on Facebook, which is crazy because I have more followers on Facebook than any platform, which is crazy.
The older people
And then
are
YouTube.
interacting.
That's where I'm going. YouTube is my hitter. That's where I'm going. I got to lock down TikTok, and then I'm going.
I love
That's
it.
where
I appreciate it.
I want to be able to make $5,000 to $10,000 a month at home.
That
doing
makes sense.
Just the content.
And that's the thing, y'all need to think about that goal of, like you were saying about paying yourself, like really have a goal of like, how much do you want to make a month? Like seriously, however you gonna make it, how much you want to make a month?
The goal is right. What I didn't start out with was a goal, and that's why I didn't feel like at first I wasn't growing. And then when I said, okay, you made 20,000 this year, okay, make it 30,000 next year, and then you figure out how to make it. But the whole thing is, my goal is to make $1 million, right? And I went to a seminar, and the guy broke it down. If I wanted to make, what I would have to do is sell at least 300 and something dollars worth of cupcakes every day, right? If I wanted to do it that way. But hey, what if I can't sell that much, right? Then maybe I can sell the content. Maybe I can sell the courses. $5 here, $5 there, $5, and then that way. So each way, I'm taking avenues to make money off the one business. So that's 8 streams of income, not 8 businesses.
So this again is PSA Philly Service Announcement. Takeover Tuesday, Takeover Love, Support, Grace, Social Activism, Resources, and Art. I am the assist. African support and strength, inspiration and success together. I love people.